Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Lights I See. We have some stuff that we need to talk about regarding radio frequencies and and my my thoughts of like doing some radio frequency jobs at like different hotels, but some hotels have changed their radio frequency format, which is really interesting, like by people like us and like different people that are like radio scanner fans. You guys would probably understand this. So if you guys are not yet subscribed to Lifetime C, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell so you guys will not miss out on any videos. Today what we are, plus like also I pray to go a little bit in depth on, it's like a couple of good radio frequencies if you guys are planning to go to the Lotus Festival here in Bloomington, Indiana. I'll be going over some good radio frequencies there. So we kind of have a lot and lots to talk about. If we are ready to go, let's get started. So like the first thing that we are going to be talking about is the new radio frequencies on the Dollywood trunk system, okay? So on here, we could probably already tell that they're starting to use a LTR system, which I think which is really neat because people like us, like saying yours truly, likes to use radio frequencies in in this county, Sevier County, has like some old trunk systems. They have some new trunk systems. Now, like for instance, this LTR system, this Land Air Communications LTR. So if you guys try to listen to that, like to all their sites, you guys would have to type in 3 different sites because each site has like a moment of truth that they do not pick up. So if you guys use like for instance the BC 125 AT, you guys will need radio scanner coverage from those people. You guys would also need some help from like different areas which use like a whole lot more different radio communication, which you guys see like on here, looking at the Sevier County 800, and we already know that this system does not work because yours truly looked at that system and they are currently conventioning this system over to their NXDN, which has like for instance Sevier County Volunteer Fire Department, there's Sevier County Volunteer Rescue Squad, Sevierville Fire Department, and they also got multiple of their fire departments. So like also, if we look at like Dollywood, okay, Dollywood has like an operations frequency. They also have a frequency on here for like all of their like all their attractions, which is really neat. So like also, but like also looking down here, like for instance, I should have done this. So like for instance, if we go back to the rare reference database and click on Sevier County, they are currently County Emergency Services operate on the NXDN digital trunk radio system, as well as have conventional radio, analog, and NXDN, which their radio frequency for the EMS dispatch is 462.050. So like for instance down there in Evansville, which I think this is neat, down there in Evansville, you guys could pick up like the Henderson police. You guys can also pick up like multiple different areas. So like for instance, 153.95, it's like the Evansville Fire, and they also have the Evansville Dispatch, County Fire Dispatch, they also got the County Fireground. And if we keep on going down, they got, for instance, like their buses, which they use. Surprisingly, all buses now are transferring to a NXDN system or a digital mobile radio. Which their bus operations on here, which they use, is like 463.75, and we all notice that that radio frequency is a radio frequency which is off the Bloomington buses. So like for instance, if we look at their military operations, they completely did some to their, so like for instance on the Fort Wayne system, which, hi Tommy. Hey, I'm currently working on YouTube. Alright. So like also looking at on here, they got, for instance, they got the Grissom Approach. They also got the Fort Wayne ATIS, which is the Automated Terminal Information System. They also got the Fort Wayne Ground. So like going on down, they got, for instance, like Buckeye MOA, which is a really, really interesting radio frequency. So like for instance, at Camp Atterbury, they got like lots and lots of different stuff there. So if we go on down to like, Crane, we got, for instance, like facilities operations, we got security tactical, we got railroad operations, facility operations, security main ops, we got their facility operations, their fire and EMS, which if you guys don't have like a really, really, really good radio scanner, you guys probably want to pick those guys up. So, sorry guys, I'm coughing a lot. Still trying to wake up. So like for instance, if we click on like for instance Florida, we look at Brevard County, and we look at the Patrick Space Force base. They got, for instance, on here, they got the Jolly Maintenance, which is beach operations. They got the barrier operations. They got rescue operations. Which a lot of these operations, I think, which is really, really, really interesting. So sadly, when I was down there at Patrick's Air Force Base, sadly, I couldn't listen to none of that because they were encrypting like all their radio stuff. So like for instance, they used the Orlando ATC which they got the Orlando ATC, which that radio frequency is 132.65, which we look on here, like for instance Walt Disney World, which we're lucky enough they fixed up really, really, really good. I have to say that they are back in action there. So like for instance, American has two radio frequencies, conventional. So Delta Airlines, if you guys don't got a DMR capacity radio scanner, you guys will not be able to listen to Delta Airlines. But for instance, you guys can listen to Delta Maintenance, you guys can listen to Delta Ramp Ops, which honestly, I think that is a lot better than listening to like their catering, like also their different stuff they got there. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to go a little bit in depth on this, on the military radio frequencies that are here in Indiana, a little bit down there in Florida, and down there at the Orlando International Airport, plus a couple of radio frequencies there at the Evansville Airport. So if you guys like my videos, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell so you guys will not miss out on any videos, and goodbye.